And as you might see on the stream, we got the fancy esports timers this week.
Ooh.
Not got the boring timers in just above the minimap. We've got the esports timers today.
What we love to see. Now, will we see any invades? I don't think either team particularly want to look for invades, so a
No.
relatively normal 5-point.
Yeah, standard 5-point defense really coming out from both teams. A little bit more aggressive on the side of Invul, taking positioning in the river, but shouldn't really yield too much early game.
And both mid laners just chilling in their lanes, having a nice time.
Yeah, I'm surprised they're not having a dance-off, quite honestly.
Yeah. If you've got KDA Akali, surely you need to be dancing.
Well, if you have a KDA skin and you're playing mid, if you challenge the enemy mid laner to a dance-off, you just win by default. So yeah.
Yeah, definitely. So Garden of the Galaxy rules right here.
Very true. But both junglers looking to start towards their bot side camps.
Forsaken did put a very deep ward into Invul's raptor camps there, so Johnson will be seen on those.
Yeah, it will get them a little bit of information. Although they'll be able to identify where Forsaken is starting from. Dozen walking into lane with 0 rage. Valio actually taking a very big trade here, level 1.
Oof.
Half the HP of the Narc gone already.
Yeah, and interesting that this is an Gnar with Doran's Blade, not Shield, and so will not have as easy a time regenning any of that health.
Yeah, but I can understand the choice of Doran's Blade in this matchup. The thinking is you have the range advantage, you want to abuse it, you want to be able to poke those auto attacks.
Very true.
And yeah, both junglers going to just be standard 5 camp clearing up towards the top lane. So we might see some action in this topside river in the early game. Dozen very, very low though, as Falio gets the early level 2.
It's a very difficult time for Dozen there. He really is going to struggle to get much of this farm.
Big wave crashing into that tower already. Falio just dropping a ward. Wasn't sure if he was going to look for a cheeky, quick, early recall there. Get himself a little bit of advantage, but it is only the second wave. He's not going to have too much gold. Invul pinging exactly where Forsaken is. I'm not sure if there's a ward in there or not.
No.
That must just be incredibly good jungle tracking on the early paths then.
Yeah, and the ward that was in the Invul Raptor camp had timed out before Yonsei went through the area.
Although
so
I imagine Vctory have an idea of where Yonsei is.
Yeah, but it's not quite the perfect route.
And oh no, go on.
I was just going to say, Yonsei and Falio are going to be looking to take top scuttle.
Yeah, Forsaken kind of conceding the topside scuttle, making a beeline in towards the bot side jungle to potentially try and secure at least one scuttle for himself.
Yeah.
But we might see Helmut and Mama try and contest this. Moving up in towards the river.
Potentially. They are going to try.
Things going down from both teams, and it's going to be a 3v2 in this bot side river. Mama having to flash away from the Winter's Bite, and that is going to be the contest called off over the bot crab.
Yeah, I think I can understand the appeal of going for that for Mama.
Oh no, I agree. I completely like the idea of it. They have pressure in the lane, so why not? Help your jungler out, get him even further ahead. I like it a lot, but nicely answered. Yeah, nicely answered by Vctory.
Yeah. And there hasn't been particularly too much action. We thought there might be.
God, Gwen does too much damage.
And Gwen is immune. The thing that you see way too often.
Yeah.
And haunts all of your dreams and nightmares.
But it's fine. But it's fine because the LPL and the LCK don't think she's a good champion. Therefore, she doesn't deserve to get nerfs.
Just gonna sigh.
Yeah, I think that's kind of all you can do when you see a Gwen in League of Legends at the moment. But
yeah.
Cresting the 5-minute mark, 200 gold roughly is the lead. Not really very significant, and it's only small CS leads here and there that are going to be making up that lead. The biggest one being in the top side, coming from all of that early pressure that Falio has been able to lay down, and we see him diving forward for another trade.
Yeah. when you've got that stacked passive for that Q damage coming up, it is just ridiculous
Snip,
how
snip.
much the snip can be doing.
It's just a little bit of damage. And we do already see the Doran's shield being picked up by Dozen. You mentioned he chose to start with the Doran's blade. Recalling, picking up a Doran's shield and a refillable potion for himself.
Yeah, and you have to, I think, in this lane. Gwen is just so powerful, and the CS difference really hurting in that early game. Those trades for Dosen.
But this pressure in the bot side going to lead to an early first Drake for Invul here. 5 minutes 45 roughly on the clock when that one drops. So we could see potentially some very early dragon stacking going down here. Falio TPing back in towards the top lane. Might be in trouble if Forsaken looks for this. Wallop going to go wide though, and the Volibear still pathing around. Falio ticks up to level 6, so does have the needlework available. However, Hook going to go wide in the bot lane. And it's just a bit of a trade in the mid lane for Loftish. The Gravitum stun going to come through onto Gaxor. A little bit of a threat here onto Henrik and Gaxor, dropping very, very low. Heals are burned. Flashes away as well. Marma drops for first blood. Henrik going to pick that one up, but can Hellman answer back with 2? He's going to find one with the root. Jonsson swoops in with the safeguard to help the Aphelios secure his second. Double kill for Hellman in the bot lane, turning around the play on the Vctory Esports team.
Yeah, I was surprised by the damage that the Ezreal
Oh, and here comes the needlework. Falio onto Dozenfet. The stun going to come down. The Gnar going to come down, jumping away. Falio flashes the boulder toss. Forsaken takes a turret shot, and Falio might look to find something here in the 2 versus 1.
I thought that was really well played in the bot lane by Vctory. Ezreal is one of the best ADCs for retreating and still absolutely decimating enemy health bars. And with that Braum concussive blows stacking up as well, really proved just how much damage a Sheen can do.
Yeah.
Very well played though, obviously, by Hellman to turn that around. Yeah.
We see in this instant, actually, the map almost being split in half. If you look at Forsaken and Jonsson and what they're both doing on the map at the moment, they're just taking each other's red sides completely. Which I actually quite like from Invul. Invest your focus into this Aphelios, get him ahead, and watch him go in the late game. Volibear has been spotted in this top side. Gaxel could be in trouble. Tagged by the Aphelios Q. Arcane shifts away from the Flay. Kicked back though. Sonic Wave going to go wide, but that is just another kill delivered to Mr. 200 Years himself.
And yeah, 61 CS, 3-0 Aphelios at just turned over 8 minutes. That's a really scary prospect for Vctory already.
Slightly terrifying, I would say.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much will be. Boots have already been bought for Hellman. You kind of think, surely it's Shield Bow?
I would imagine so. Yeah, I would imagine so. You do see Kraken Slayer on some Aphelioses.
Potentially.
But I think Shield Bow all around is the better mythic for Aphelios, but Kraken Slayer does have use.
Yeah, I think into this team comp you could see potential for both, but like you said, Shield Bow just is.
Armor starting up the Rift Herald whilst his jungler is going to claim red buff. This is spotted on Scuttlecrab vision, so could be a bit of a worry for Invul, but it would be a 4 versus 3 as Marma has already roamed up.
Yeah. Loftish in there just to control the area even more, and this will be a free Rift Herald.
Yeah, Falio and Loftish both getting pressure in their respective lanes, shoving those waves up, just making it hard for the Vctory laners to roam towards the Herald and contest. And Falio going on to Dozen, not going to take the turret aggro, and it's a pretty even trade, but considering the Gnar ultimate was thrown down, overall you'd have to say it's a win for Falio.
Yeah. In the bot lane, Henrik used Braum ult there. I think he must have whiffed. I just saw the passive slow leaving the rift. So I think it was unfortunately whiffed by Henrik there.
Potentially looking to go for a dive onto the Aphelios whilst his support wasn't in the lane. Which I don't mind. I don't mind looking for those proactive plays. You see Invul doing something in one place, you're going to look to do something on the other.
Falio.
Needlework coming through. Snip, snip, snip. The final shot going to go wide. Falio taking dangerously low here. But Dozen not going to overchase, and it's going to just be a trade of health bars in the top side.
Both junglers are in the bot side here. We could see a 3v3.
Yeah, Johnson going to connect the Sonic Wave, and if significant advantage goes down here for Invul, we could see a full turret drop with that Rift Herald.
Yeah. Johnson looks to be going into the mid lane though.
And Targo is under threat right now. Sonic Wave, Resonating Strike, into the Kick Flash. It's beautiful to see from Johnson. Kill donated over to Loftition. Are we going to see the Herald dropped here, or are Invul just going to go straight for the Drake?
I like that they haven't dropped it. I don't think it's the best time to drop Rift Herald. Forsaken is there, and they have no minion wave.
Loftition could look to go on the volley bear here. No, Forsaken going to just retreat into his blue side jungle. Loftition not keeping the volley bear away from the bot side river, and he's going to allow his jungler to pick up the dragon. Going to be second Drake at just after 11 minutes on the clock. This stacking with an Infernal Soul is getting kind of scary for Vctory.
Yeah, an Infernal Soul.
Oh, here comes the Aphelios. Hook landing onto the Braum as well. Root going to come through. Sonic Wave connects as the Glacial Fissure is thrown down. Mama dodging away. Henrik taken dangerously low. Gaxel now the focus. Going on to Mama. Arcane shifting forward, but Gaxel going to fall before finding the Thresh. Dozen going to teleport in as well, but it is going to be of no avail. All members of Invul managing to make themselves out. Are going to sit on a ward for a little bit. Could potentially look for a re-engage. No Dragon's Rage available for Yonsei. And Mama with about 300 HP.
Gnar has just left Mega Form as well, so will not have access to his ultimate Gnar.
I do like this little adaptation coming in from Vctory, though. Gaxel running straight up towards the top lane. Not wanting to lose minions anywhere on the map. This is a pretty big wave that should crash into the turret, so there should be some gold lost here. Gonna lose the cannon, blocked off by Falio, and he might get one plate as well. But overall, I like the response here from Vctory.
Now, Rift Herald will have to be used, I think, relatively soon. I don't know
it's just under a quarter of that duration remaining.
Yeah. I think I would like to see that bot lane against the Gnar at this point.
Honestly, I think any of the three are good choices. You get your Aphelios further ahead, great. You get your Gwen ahead, excellent. You get your Akali snowballing, perfect. Like, there's not a bad option here for a Rift Herald.
True, I just think getting Helmut even further ahead, and it is a Kraken Slayer. Interestingly, we did say about
into the three tanks. I can understand the logic.
Yeah,
we are
going
to see the Herald dropped in the bot lane.
It's because it's against a Gnar who cannot D-push effectively enough against this.
We could see a 2 versus 3 Forsaken and Dozen, but no, Yonsei just going to take the Lantern out to safety. Herald going to crash. Mama not taking any of the gold away from his AD carry or jungler, which I do like to see. Falio going forward onto Gaxel. Needlework is popped and Loftition is going to join the fight. The perfect execution is available, and Gaxel is going to fall. Henrik is not long for this world either. It's going to be a double kill for the Akali. Falio surviving on a sliver. Meanwhile, bot lane turret is taken for Invul on the flip side.
Yeah. I'm surprised the Braum damage there, nearly taking Falio out. Braum must have used Ignite there just at the end.
Hey man, what can we say? Supports have really high base damage. It's not like we've seen Leona's 1v1 AD carries over the last few months.
Very true. Also to note, the Rift Herald got a second...
no, it wouldn't have got a second charge. Did it?
Yeah, it did. Onto the inner turret of Vctory.
It would have done. Nice.
Yeah. So even more pushing potential there for Invul. And the next Rift Herald is only a minute away, just under.
With a dragon about a minute and a half as well. So these next 2 to 3 minutes could be pivotal for Vctory in terms of staying in this game. Because you feel like if Invul get this next Rift Herald and get this next dragon and move themselves to Soul Point, then you're really running out of options on the side of Vctory.
Yeah. I mean, there's not a huge amount of a gold lead. There is a gold lead, but it's only,
It's
what,
about
3K?
2,500.
2,500.
Yeah.
It's not a huge amount.
But that's
considering-
credit to the CS numbers that Vctory have been able to
Yeah.
put up. Like, that's a 0 and 4 Ezreal, but he still has 125 CS at 15 minutes. That is seriously impressive.
Yeah, 141 on the Oriana. Targo really trying his best as
But-
much as he can.
But the PvE leader, Hellman, 147 on that Aphelios.
Yeah. And we will see Rift Herald go to Invul again.
This does, however, give positioning on the dragon over to Vctory. 30 seconds
Yeah.
until that one spawns. Loftician going to be forced out of the river. And all 5 members of Vctory are ready and waiting on this bot side. Fight over this dragon.
Alio does have TP,
Yep.
so he will
I
be
like
pushing
this.
this
I
top
like
lane,
this a lot.
creating pressure on the opposite side of the map.
I
with
almost
that-
would have liked it more if they'd have let Valio take the Rift Herald top with him.
And
Because you could really start to threaten the base with that.
yeah,
Forsaken and Henrik, though, going to look. Lansing going to carry Hellman over the wall and to safety. Herald's going to get its charge off. Sonic Wave and the Hook both going to go wide, though. Valio, in the meantime, all of this fighting is going on. The dragon is alive. And Valio is just being given free time to push in this top side.
I also want to just say Henry is level 7. His being out leveled significantly right now, and just ticks over to 8 as I say that. So will be a little bit tankier and a little bit harder to kill.
But there is XP advantages pretty much everywhere. Johnsony, Loftician, and Hellman all 1 level up. Vctory going to start off this dragon. Can Invul retake the area? Top lane tower going to drop. And in goes Johnsony. Can we see a steal? And Johnsony going to find the smite. The Dragon's Rage going to help him secure that. True Shot Barrage going to pick him up. Aphelios going to fall as well to the Volley Bear. Gwen teleports in and finds one. Loftician in a bit of a rough spot. Cannot get himself away. Does not have some of that trademark Akali mobility. But Invul take the dragon. They may lose the fight for it 3-for-1. But Soul point in 5 minutes time.
I think that was really well played by Vctory, though. Obviously they did lose the dragon, which was, I think, the key point in that fight. But at the same time, taking 3 kills for 1 when quite significantly behind is seriously impressive.
Although I think part of that is going to be due to the Volley Bear being kicked on top of the Aphelios. It's not really ever something you want. As an Aphelios, is to have one of the enemy tanks dumped onto your face.
Yeah, I can definitely agree with you there. But as we see the aftermath of that fight, realistically, I still think it's in favor for Invul. They get the 3rd dragon. The pressure is mounting now for Vctory.
You have to remember as well, it was also another turret secured, which just offers a little bit more map control.
And considering how low this mid-outer turret is now, just under 1,000 health, you have a feeling that this will be the next target for Invul.
Oh, I
with
think
no
it
other
might.
objectives.
I do indeed think it might. We do see Mythics now completed pretty much everywhere across the board. Mama, the only member of Invul not to have his Mythic so far.
Yeah. I don't think any of them are particularly surprising. 2 Rift Makers for Invul. Yeah, can very much understand that. Gordrunkers, a Divine Sundra.
Yep.
Yeah, I think all the Mythics don't really surprise anyone at this
No,
point.
I don't, or at least I don't think they should surprise anyone.
Yeah.
The only one you could argue is maybe the Kraken Slayer on the Aphelios, but into 3 melees, into 3 tanks even, I definitely think there is plenty of justification for it.
Yeah, definitely. Is there a bug on the Lee Sin right now that he is
What?
constantly has the vision?
I've not got that, but Johnsony getting caught out, and he does have the vision now because he is ignited. Mama going to pop the box and try and run away. The Stormbringer is called, whilst the Aphelios is going to throw down his purple gun ultimate. Mama falls to Forsaken, but it's Loftician and Falio on the backline. The needlework and the perfect execution going to come out. What can they do? Targo going to join the fight, and Gaxel is taken dangerous low. Shockwave catches 2, though. Hellman and Johnsony both going to fall to the Ezreal. Falio picking up 1 on the backside. What can Loftician do now? Left on his own. It is 4-for-1 so far. Better make that 5. And Vctory striking back with a vengeance in the team fights.
Well, we did say this before. It is a team fighting comp from Vctory. and they really just showed why. Fantastic work by, well, everyone in Vctory.
It's going to be a 20-minute Baron started up here by Vctory.
Yeah.
I don't know if they've got the DPS to be able to secure this in time.
Without Targo there as well.
Johnson just spawned. He's going to be making a beeline straight over.
Yeah. It's very risky. I can understand why they're trying to go for it. And I think with Targo there, they might just have enough damage now to do it. I think that they will get it.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to go down.
Aaron, there we go.
Forsaken not even going to be needed. Soul point spawning in just over a minute. It's Baron secured. It's just shy of 2,000 gold, the lead for Vctory now. What is the play here as Invul? Having just taken a couple of fights that have been not so great, I think it's safe to say.
You just don't want to 5v5. As much as possible, you want to, well, now that Baron minions are on the field, you want to minimize the Baron pushing 1-3-1 potentially, just not allowing the strengths that Vctory have to come into play. Obviously, with 3 dragons, I think Invul can leave a dragon on the board. While Vctory have the Baron buffs and just look to not fight at all.
Yeah.
Or only fight
Dozen might be finding
like
himself caught out here. Loftician and Falio both out hunting. Perfect execution and the needlework both going to be popped. And that is one very, very dead Gnar. Now a 5 versus 4 over the Soul Point Dragon. All 4 members of Vctory boxed into Invul's own jungle, and Forsaken going to make the move on towards Mama. Flash away from the Thresh. Going to carry him away. The Lantern's thrown down, but Hellman, you don't want to be taking that one, my friend.
Well, this is
standing over the wall and trying to poke away. Yeah, Invul turning onto the Drake while Mama runs distraction duty. He will fall, but Invul going to claim the Infernal Soul at 22 minutes. Oh, the Glacial Fissure going to just about stop Hellman's back. Shockwave burned as well. Double kill for Targo.
Salute, though, for Hellman and Mama there. They gave their lives for a very
they gave their lives for the cause. Infernal Soul for Invul. Elder Dragon in 5.5 minutes.
Yeah, I think that is... Like, I can understand that Vctory, they had potential with the chase there. But when you've got Infernal Soul on the line, surely you just back out of that chase. You gave a free Infernal Soul, essentially. Yeah, you got 2 kills, but 2 kills for Infernal Soul is not really a bucket list wish.
This is something that we didn't really speak about much in the draft either. Which of these 2 team comps do you prefer in terms of scaling?
Well, that's really difficult in my... You've got the team fighting comp, which obviously as you scale through the game, the team fights just get stronger and stronger and stronger. But you have the individual champs like Aphelios and Akali and Gwen, who they may not scale quite as well in a team fight, but they're still ridiculous.
I don't know. I think Aphelios scales perfectly well in a team fight.
I mean, yeah,
that champion can do things that probably are illegal in a lot of countries.
Yeah, and Aphelios is I'd say, the only really scary prospect in those late team fights for Invul, in my opinion. And, since the early game, has not got any more kills. Obviously, farming fantastically, 230 CS in 24 minutes, but has not been able to capitalize on that early lead as much as Hellman may have wanted to, I think.
No, but he will still be in a very good position to do some very, very disgusting things as we move into the late game with that Infernum, with the Severum and the Crescendum.
Very true. Now, what do Vctory want to do here? Vctory want to just surely play as contained as possible.
Well, it's difficult. It's difficult if you are Vctory here. Obviously, you have that bot lane outer turret, which is very low HP. You could go a knockover. But outside of that, you've got to extend pretty far onto the Invul side of the map. But we see them maybe getting a pick on Falio here, but never mind. Gwen is immune. Shockwave going to come down, is going to catch onto Falio, and is going to find the kill. Loftition is shoving on the bot lane in the meantime. Hellman being dove on by Dozen and Forsaken. But that Aphelios just does not die. Is going to eventually be taken down by the Gnar. Hook going to connect onto Gaxel from Mama. And Jonsson going to get Flash Arcane shifted on, but is not going to fall.
Well, all this is happening. Loftition has just taken one turret.
He's going to get a second.
Yeah,
he might be able to threaten the inhibitor here.
Mama's going to try and stop the back of
Yeah, I like this.
Here.
Does manage to cancel the recall, so Loftition going to be able to get the inhibitor tower. Likely gets the inhibitor.
Again, but very, very worth.
You would have to say so. With Baron spawning in 45 seconds, a bot lane inhibitor is definitely what you want to be securing.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's really, really good for Loftition.
Yeah.
If he can get out as well.
I think he should be able to. He flashes over the wall, away from the Mystic Shot. If that had connected, the Soroda's Grudge would have probably caused some issues.
Yeah, I think that realistically, the flash out is worth it.
We see another turret fall in the top side for Invul. I think mid lane, sorry. I think it was mid lane outer. They just fell.
Yeah, the first turret in the mid lane there. And as Invul, you know you're a weaker in 5v5 team fights.
Yes.
The Baron is up. What do? Do you try and 5v5?
Well, the thing is,
wait for the Baron.
The thing is, Judgy, when you're taking a team fight around Baron, if the enemy team's tanking it, they lose so much armor, so much magic resist, that it doesn't matter. You have an Akali and a Gwen. You have magic resist for days. So yeah, I think taking a team fight around this Baron might be exactly what Invul are looking for. They don't have vision inside the pit. Teleport going to come through from both bot lane split pushers as well. Hellman already chunked out relatively low. Jonsson going to look for a steal. Dives in, doesn't find the steal. But the Infernum ultimate from Aphelios does so much damage. Henrik's taken to his sliver of HP. Targo's annihilated at the start of the fight. And the Stormbringer to get away for Forsaken. Dozen going to fall as well. And Loftition and Jonsson chasing on to Henrik. Oh, Jonsson, that is just American sniper levels of accuracy. Finding the Braum. Mama picking up a double kill for himself in the fight. And it's just a lone Ezreal trying to get himself away. But he's blast coned into the waiting arms of Loftition. Gonna pick up his 5th kill of the game. All the while, Falio is shoving in that mid lane. No Baron, no problem for the side of Invul. Not going to be able to get themselves the steal, but definitely winning out on the fight. Falio looking on towards this mid lane tower. Tanking it up a little bit, and it's also going to be Elder Dragon here for Invul.
Seconds till Elder, just going to mention that as well, yeah. And with currently only Orianna up for victory, this is a very free Elder Dragon.
Oh, there's not the chance of this getting stolen. Unless actually, never mind. True Shot Barrage isn't going to be able to even be alive.
Yeah. So this is Elder Dragon, a 4
28 minute 30 Elder Dragon.
I mean,
that's disgusting.
Ridiculous.
And no, we're not going to see any G2 level Elder throws here today. Don't know if you watched that game yesterday, Judgy, but that was pretty ridiculous.
I can imagine, but
throwing a 10,000 gold lead just because you didn't know when to reset in time for an Elder Drake. Kind of rough, not gonna lie, but...
And we've been talking about Vctory have done so well in team fights.
Vctory still hold the gold lead.
Yeah, they do. But against an Elder Dragon, a full Elder Dragon team as well.
Oh, against an Elder Dragon, it doesn't matter. Against an Elder Dragon, it doesn't matter how good your team fight is. It really just doesn't. That objective is rather strong, I think would be safe to say.
I mean, this has been a fantastically valiant effort so far.
It's been an incredible game from both sides. Both teams definitely showing that they're very capable of winning a lot of games in this league.
But just the early mid and bot pressure that Invul were able to get.
And
really
Henrik
stacking those
Henrik ticking away with the Elder Dragon. Loftition diving in, taking away over a third of that Braum's HP. True Shot Barrage coming through onto the mid lane wave, but the tower's already gone. The chakrams are too much, and Hellman's going to mow this inhibitor down.
Yeah.
while Falio
Another
split pushes
turret.
the top lane. It's going to be a full tutorial-style game here from Invul. They want every objective. Not giving up a single objective outside of the one Baron so far.
The minions as well. It's both Barons, I think.
One Baron.
Only one.
Oh, no, two. Yeah, two. You're
Yeah.
right. Yeah, two.
Yeah. I thought I could have been going crazy there, but
No, it's
I was
me. Don't worry.
vindicated. And this will be the final turret will be pushed in. Vctory do still have pretty good wave clear.
Yeah,
but
Falio already on the Nexus turrets, and
Yeah.
Vctory, they have to go somewhere. They're going onto the two. It's Falio and Loftish, the Shockwave is dodged away from by Falio, and Elder Dragon is about to start roaring. Finds one. Can there be a second? It is going to be the second one found. And that should just be game right there, right then. It was a valiant effort from Vctory. They did make it very close, but it is going to be game one of the series falling over to Invul. A few more kills. Just got to pad the stats out. Loftish finding another for himself. Falio maybe diving a bit too far, but no, is saved by his teammates, knocking over the Nexus. 1-0, Invul Esports.